Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, I'm going to be letting TikTok filters choose my makeup. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so you can see more of my videos. Anything that I use will be listed down in the description box below. If you'd like to see how I do this, then keep on watching. So if any of you guys are familiar with TikTok, I'm sure you've heard of it, but if you are somebody like me that gets on it all the time, it's definitely a major social media that I use. There's been these Christmas filters going around and I've been waiting for so long to try them, and I finally got the courage to do it. So I'm going to do it in this video. You won't be able to see the TikTok side of it. So if you are interested in seeing the TikTok video, follow me on TikTok at B_Kirsch. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. I'm just going to be showing you how I create it on YouTube. I thought it would be a fun little thing to try. The first filter I'm letting it choose is my eyeshadow, and it chose little Santa hats. So that's what I'm going to create on my eyes. And this, I'm going to try and like create kind of like a cut crease. So this filter doesn't cover my whole eye. I'm probably gonna make the Santa hat just a little bit bigger than what the filter is showing. That way the crease doesn't kind of cover it. So I'm just going to go a little bit above my crease. And the concealer I'm using is an NW15 MAC Studio Finish Concealer, and I'm using a 421 brush. And the reason I'm using concealer is I just feel like this is going to help map out where I want the red at and help me create the shape. And then I can just place the red eyeshadow on top of the concealer, and I feel like this will kind of help it stick where I want it to a bit better. At least that's the idea. If that's going to work out, I don't know. It may not. I have already done my base like normal off camera. I know that this filter is going, one of these filters is going to choose my blush and stuff. So I did just like minimal blush, but I kind of left this part kind of blank. If you know the filter I'm talking about, you know it's like really centered on the nose. So right now all I'm doing is creating the hat shape on my lid and then just kind of filling this concealer in. If you think just using eyeshadow, if you're like wanting to recreate what I do, because I'm probably not going to wear this like out and about while I'm working. This is just for fun, but who knows, maybe we might create something that looks relatively normal and not something that's like, because there's some crazy filters on this. We'll see what it looks like at the end. I'm super excited. I've seen so many really pretty ones. There's this like, because some of the filters like match and go together really well. Some of them don't. So like, I think it'll be really cool to see what comes out of it. The palette I'm going to be using is the Morphe and James Charles palette. I will be interchanging whatever I'm using, but I'll let you know. For the eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Morphe and James Charles palette. The shade is called You're Kidding. This is the reddest red that I have in an eyeshadow, and I'm just going to use a flat eyeshadow brush by Morphe to pack this in. I want this to be really, really red. Like I said, this concealer, it should really just stick to it. And I won't be doing any kind of blending. There's no need because a hat has like definite lines. Having this concealer already on here, I already know kind of where I want to put the red, so I'm just kind of filling it in like I'm coloring. If you haven't yet tried these filters out, definitely try them out. They're so fun and they just allow you to get so creative with your makeup and kind of tests you. That's what I'm really excited for. I'm excited to see what comes out of it and what challenges I'm gonna have to face while doing it. I may not face any challenges. It may be all simple stuff, but that's the fun of it to me, is like seeing what challenge will come out of it. And like, I don't have a lot of makeup compared to a lot of other people probably, so it'll be really fun to try and figure out how to do some of these makeup looks. So I think I've got it outlined pretty well. Right now all I'm doing is just packing this red on because I want it to be a nice solid red. For the white, I'm going to be using some face paint. This is the Mehron Paradise Makeup AQ in 8 color palette. I'm just going to be using the white out of it. To do the little tip of the hat, it looks like it's like a little cotton ball, at least what I can see on the filter. I'm looking at it right now, so if like you see me pointing this way, it's because that's where my phone's at. I'm going to use the bottom of a brush and just kind of make a collection of dots together to kind of make it look like a little cotton ball, like that. That's kind of what it looks like. I am a little bit nervous because they have like the little white part on the bottom of the hat in the eyeliner. So I'm a little nervous on what it's gonna do because the next like filter is for eyeliner. So I don't know if I should just leave it like this and then let the liner choose what it looks like. And something else I think I might have done, I think I might have brought this down too low. I probably should have brought it up a little bit. That way it would have had room for the eyeliner, but hopefully we can get an eyeliner that looks good with this. Who knows? Using a Morphe M250-1 brush, I'm going to create the little bottom part of the hat. I'm just worried about making these things even. I also have lash extensions, which makes it kind of hard to see my like lash line. So hopefully I can work around them okay. Okay, so there's the bottom of the hat. I'm going to do the other eye off camera and I'll be right back to do the next filter. So this is what the eyeshadow looks on both sides. The next thing on the filter list is the eyeliner. I went through it a couple times trying to match something that didn't like overlap this too bad. I did it like 4 times. So I'm going with this one eyeliner. It's like a regular black eyeliner, but then it has like a little ornament. So I'm going to try and do that and see what I can make. I am going to do the eyeliner off camera, so I'll be right back because I'll mess it up. So I kind of adapted the eyeliner and I just did like, I don't know if you really can see it, but I just did like the top part of the liner and kind of came up here instead of all the way back here like in the filter. And then I'm going to hang the ornament like in the middle section. Hopefully that will look good. The ornament in the filter is like a white ornament with white red stripes. So I'm going to use the same technique I used before and use the back of a brush to make the ornament itself. And then I'll just fill it in with white and then I'll do the stripes with a brush. I'm going to do like the ornament like right here. So I'm just going to use the back of the brush to create like a circular shape all the way around. I don't want it to be like super big, but just big enough to where I can put those stripes in there. And it's got like a little globe on the top attaching it to the liner. It's like that. I feel like I just got like the worst eyeshadow that doesn't go with anything else. But we're making it work. It'll be fine. I think it'll be okay. I have the ornament like right in the crease of my eye, so the ornament is probably going to be like hidden, which really sucks. I would have loved to put it back here. Would have made more sense. Cleaned off that M250-1 brush and I'm using the same Mehron Paradise face paint palette. It's got a red in there. I'm going to use the red from it to make the stripes. It's going to be so hard in the crease of my eye. So there's a little ornament. It's not the greatest ornament, but it's there. I'm gonna do the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. So I finished the eyeliner. I also did the little connection. I forgot to show that on camera, but I did the little handle with just like a black eyeliner just to connect the ornament to the eyeliner. The next filter is the blush filter. I did this one 2 times. I didn't like the first one because it was boring and I wanted to get something a little bit more difficult. The next one I got is like a white blush with stockings on it. This one is definitely going to be really, really hard. So I'm going to do my best with this one. So I do not have a white blush. So what I'm going to do is use this face paint on a beauty blender and just kind of blend it around and just kind of hopefully create a gradient that kind of looks similar to a blush. I have no idea if this is going to work out. Like I said, the part about this is going to be trying to figure out how to create things. And I don't even know, do they even make a white blush? Because I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know. I just don't know. That's all I can say is I don't know. We're just going to do our best. The thing with this face paint is it just doesn't blend out like a blush. And it goes pretty far out, so I'm gonna go a little bit higher on my cheeks. Man, I couldn't have just got one with a hat. Like that's kind of what I was going for, to match the hat that I did on my eye. But I guess we're doing stockings. Ooh, wait, I have a concealer. Hang on, let me try something else. Okay, I have this concealer. It's a Jeffree Star concealer. It's the Magic Concealer in the shade C0. And this is used for like, you know, if your concealer is not the right color, you can like change the color a little bit. It just gives you a little bit more to work with. So I'm going to try this and see, and this should blend out fairly well. So let me just try this really quick. And it's a lot more pigmented, so I imagine it'll show up better than the face paint. Oh yeah, this is definitely gonna work a whole lot better. I'm so glad I thought of this. And it's a lot more pigmented so you can see it better. And they just kind of make like a strip across the nose. So that's what I'm gonna do. It looks so crazy though. It's just like a white spot across my face. This is definitely not one that you can just wear out normally, because I know there's some on there. There's some people that did TikToks like this that they like could wear it out, and I think they did, but I just don't think I'm gonna be able to do that with this. It's one's just a little off the wall, but that's what makes it fun. Okay, so this one's definitely working out a bit better. Now the hard part is making the stockings. And they look like real stockings, so I'm gonna have to try and do my best to do like a realistic stocking. And there's 6 of them. So I am worried about the concealer cracking, so I'm going to set it with some translucent powder really quick. And this will hopefully keep it from moving around while I'm kind of painting on it. I haven't used this concealer in a while because I haven't used Jeffree Star's concealer. I've been using the Maybelline like really all the time. So it's really nice to be able to pull it back out. So I'm going to try and align these with what's on the filter. So if I'm like looking this way away from you, I will, that's why. I'm going to keep using the M250-1 brush. It's already got red on it, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to make like little marks because I'm not going to be able to see where these are at because the filter is going to be on top of them. So I'm just going to try and align them the best I can. So that's where all the little stockings are at. So now I'm just going to create the shape. And I'm just going to do my best to kind of create the angle that they're sitting at. And they do have like the little white fluffy part on them. So I'll probably do that the same I did the hat and just create like the little poof. I think the most trouble I have with these kind of stuff, like drawing stuff, is like creating like an arch on it. Like it never wants to create like a curve smoothly. Definitely think that's me, my problem, not necessarily the brush I'm using. There's one little stocking, at least part of it. I'll probably speed this up on camera just because like I don't really have a lot to say, and me doing this I'm not gonna really want to talk too much, so I will probably speed part of this up so you're not sitting here watching me put 1,000 stockings on my face. Some of them are different sizes, so some of them are a bit smaller and some of them are a bit bigger, so I will be creating different sizes. This is so much fun though. If you are too nervous to try this filter, just do it for fun. Because even though I feel like mine is kind of going downhill because of the eyeliner and the eyeshadow, like I'm having a lot of fun trying something new and creating something different on my face. So I highly recommend trying something. Even if it's not the Christmas filter, if you're not into the Christmas filter, they have like a bunch of them. Definitely try them just to get your like creativity flowing, and I think it's a lot of fun. Definitely gave me one of the harder ones on this blush filter. I've not seen anybody do this one though, so I was hoping it would give me different stuff, and it has, so I'm really happy about that. I'm a little off on that one from the original picture, but I think that'll be okay. If you guys don't look at the TikTok video, then you won't know. But please go look at the TikTok video and leave me a comment and then like it. Give me a follow. Yeah, I made that just like a little bit bigger. It was supposed to match that one, but I think it'll be okay. It's like, I think it's just like supposed to mirror like the other side, so I kind of went a little low on this one. For the stockings, like little fluffy top part, I'm going to be using the same trick that I did with like almost everything else. I'm going to use the back of a brush. And I'll also like fill it in with more white just because the red kind of bleeds through. And because this is water based, anytime I put like new water on past dried base paint, it will like pick it back up, so I have to be really careful with how I'm doing it. Oh, the hardest part of these stockings is making them look real. I'm not very good at realistic stuff yet. I'm working on it, but it's definitely a challenge. The only way you're gonna get better at something though is by practicing, so kind of make that one a little wonky. I think I can wipe it off. Ugh, almost messed it up. That would not have been good. Now I'm going to take a SuvaBeauty 610 brush with the white. This is a different brush than what I was using before. It's just because I changed the brush that I was using with the white to the red one. But this one I'm just using with the white to kind of fill in that fluffy part a bit better. Another problem I'm having is because I use the red, it's like mixing with the white and like making more of like a pink color. So I'm not really, I feel like the more white I add, the worse it gets. It doesn't really cover it up. So I'm going to just work with what I got. Just do my best. Because another thing that I'm going to be doing is adding the details. So like the stockings kind of have like a shadow on them, so I'm a little nervous about that. And then like the stocking fluff kind of has like a gray shadow. I don't have gray, so I might be using the black. I'm afraid though when I do the black it's gonna make it like really dark, so I'm hoping I can work with a little bit. Cleaned off the SuvaBeauty brush that I used with the white, and I'm gonna use it for the black. I'm also using the Mehron face paint palette for this as well. There's a black in there. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm just gonna go like right on that edge on the back and try and create that shadow. Then I'm hoping it'll kind of mix with the red and kind of blend it out. I'm also going to put it like on the tip of the little stocking part. Okay, this isn't working as bad as I thought it was going to. It actually doesn't look that bad. I think if I take a little bit of the red and kind of blend it on the edges, it'll be a lot better. But so far the black's working out just fine. And if I'm like out of the camera, I'm sorry. It's like I have to be able to see in my mirror. I think I'm going to leave the little fluffy part of the stocking alone. But I did do the black. What I think might help blend it out and give it more of a more natural shadow is by taking that eyeshadow that I used before, that Just Kidding from the Morphe and James Charles palette, and kind of using that to blend it out. That may not work, but it might work. I just have to be really careful on not going outside of the stocking. I think it's working. I don't know, this stocking looks a whole lot better than like the rest of them, so I'm going off of this one, not by the rest of them. I think it's working. It has a little bit more depth in it than the other ones do. It also helps that it's a bit bigger. So like working with smaller stuff is like really hard. It's not something easy to do. I really didn't have a lot of faith in myself to create shadow and not mess it up, because like I feel like every time I try to create something like realistic, it doesn't look realistic. I do everything to make it look realistic and it just still looks fake to me. So it's just really hard to create like a realistic thing in makeup. I'm not much of a drawer either. I've tried drawing and like using that to practice creating stuff, and like I just can't draw. My sister has all the artistic ability. I can just do makeup. I like to believe that I'm pretty decent at makeup, but compared to like a lot of people on YouTube that I'm sure if you're watching my videos you've seen, I'm not as good as I'd like to be. I just wish I could like copy and paste this one like all over my face. I really like the way that one looks. I think it looks a lot better than the rest of them. This one's definitely a challenge and I appreciate it. Whether or not I can live up to the challenge is the problem. Not the challenge itself. But this one just looks so good. I keep looking at it and I just really appreciate it. I think this is it. I think this is the best I'm going to be able to do. They don't look bad. I'm not mad about them. Definitely a lot better than what I thought I could do at the beginning. So I've surprised myself, if that makes sense. It's very cute. This next filter is the lip filter, and the reason why I'm so like laughing right now is because it's so funny. It's basically a Christmas wreath on my face or on my lips. So it's a green with like a red bow, and then it's got like, I don't even know, it's got like a ribbon and then like some other stuff in it. So I'm gonna do my best. So I have some green lipstick. I was worried that I would get one that had like a lipstick that I didn't have, like a white or whatever, but I do have a green. So I'm gonna be using the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Crocodile Tears. I'm just gonna put it on normally, and then I'm gonna get a brush and like lay this on like a flat surface. I have this little pan that I can put stuff on. I'm gonna put it on that and then use a brush to kind of make the wreath look. This is like a perfect green too. At least if I don't line my lips perfectly, the wreath will hide it. I'm so happy with this one. This one is so funny to me. Like I said, I'm not gonna be able to wear this out, which is really funny to me. So there is that. I'm gonna take like an eyeliner brush. This one doesn't have a number, but it's like got an eyeliner tip used to make eyeliner. So I'm gonna use that to try and create the shapes. And I'm not really gonna try and follow the filter because that's gonna be like really hard. I'm just gonna try to make branches, or like more foliage, I guess is more what it's called. I'm gonna try and create foliage. My worry with this is that it's not gonna look like foliage, it's just gonna look like a mess, you know? Like I don't know how to do my lipstick at all. To kind of create the foliage, I'm just gonna go in different directions and kind of shape them and then curve them out. The filter does kind of keep the Cupid's bow area, so I'm gonna leave that. I think it's to help keep the shape of the lips. I guess I'm not really gonna see how this looks until the finished product. So hopefully I can pull this off. I don't know, what do you guys think so far? Does it look like foliage, or does it just look like my lips look funny? I guess to you guys, because you're not seeing the filter, it might look a little funny. So hopefully you guys go check out the original video so you know what I'm referencing. For the ribbon part, I'm going to use this Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in this shade Poinsettia. It's got like more of a metallic look to it, but it's the best red lipstick that I have, I think. And the ribbon is like on the top part of the lips. The only thing I'm worried about is it might not go over the green very well. And I don't think I'm going to be able to create the same ribbon that's in the filter because it's more of like a cartoony ribbon, not like a real ribbon. So I just don't think I'm going to be able to replicate that on my face. So I'm just going to do a ribbon shape, and then I'll probably add some detail with a liner brush and eyeliner is what I meant. I think this would work a lot better if I had like a red eyeliner, like liquid eyeliner, but I just don't have one. I just don't know if this is showing up very well. I may have to try a different red. I've got red lipsticks. I just don't know what will work better. It's a little off-centered. Oopsies. I'm going to create the ribbon because it kind of goes down here a little bit. So it's more of a band though. It's just so hard to see. I'm going to try to use the Mehron face paint again and see if that will kind of pop the red out a bit more. I'm going to continue using the same brush that I used before. This might at least give it more pigment. I just feel like the green is really hiding it. It's making it hard to see. I think that does show it a bit more. I also don't have the biggest lips, so I'm trying to keep it like where you can see it even when my mouth is closed. Yeah, I think that's definitely showing it a little bit more, and I think when I put the detail in with the liner, it will be a lot easier. Now it's got like some red dots everywhere, and then it looks like yellow, so I'm gonna add some red dots. I just hope you guys can see this on camera. It's like it's hard to see in my viewfinder, so I'm just really hoping you guys can see it. And it's got some yellow, so I'm gonna use the face paint. Again with yellow shade. Doing the same trick with the back of the brush. I'm just going to use a bit smaller brush. These yellows are going to jump out. A bit better than the red though, at least. I'm going to let that dry before I close my mouth so it'll go everywhere. The last thing I'm going to do for the bow is I'm going to just kind of outline it a little bit, like some of the details. So I'm going to create like the little middle section and then some of the little scrunchy parts. Like I said, I have a really hard time at making things look realistic, so please forgive me for that. Now I'm just kind of creating like a shadow. I think I'm going to outline the bow on the outer side just a little bit, just to kind of give it a shape since it is kind of hard to see. And I think I already said it, but I didn't match the bow on the filter just because I didn't think I would be able to. I think that helped create the shape a little bit. I'm going to do it on the bottom as well. So that is the completed look. I had so much fun doing this, and I'm really glad that I tried it and challenged myself to do something a bit different. Definitely go check out my TikTok so you can see the other side of this video. Give me a follow. I try to upload every other day, if not every day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I like hearing y'all's feedback, so please comment down below with anything you'd like to tell me or any future videos you'd like to see. Until next time, bye.